Gökberk Yildirim and his on-screen partner in tender, unguarded moments, the kind that make the internet catch fire. Fresh frames from the Butterfly Labyrinth set are everywhere, and they are impossible to ignore. Welcome to Secrets Behind the Stars. Before we dive into every thrilling detail, make sure you're subscribed and ready, because today we're unpacking the first wave of images, the buzz around the shoot in Spain, and the chemistry that has everyone debating whether the script is guiding the sparks, or if the sparks are guiding the script. For fans of Gökberk Yildirim, the last years have meant one thing: relentless momentum. Project after project, he's refused to slow down, making headlines not just in Turkey, but across Europe. On the heels of his big, swashbuckling triumph with Sandokan on Rai 1, he has stepped into a very different arena, Butterfly Labyrinth. The moment those first official stills slipped onto social media, timelines went wild, curiosity turned into obsession in minutes. The first glimpses, posted on Gökberk Yildirim's own Instagram, reveal him in Spain, stripped of excess and styled with intention. Short hair, a neatly pared down beard, a black sweatshirt paired with easygoing sweatpants. A quiet, modern cool that tells you he's ready to show a new side of himself. The look is simple but arresting, the kind of minimal you remember, and fans have been vocal about loving this unfiltered silhouette. That understated energy isn't just a costume choice, it's a declaration of tone for a character walking a tightrope between tenderness and danger. A leap after Sandokan, Butterfly Labyrinth signals the actor's insistence on reinvention. In Sandokan, he embodied a legendary figure with pulse-racing action and iconic costuming, working inside a global ensemble and conquering audiences far beyond Turkey's borders, especially in Italy. Thanks to that era, his base stretched across the continent. Now, the new project twists toward romance propelled by betrayal and mystery. Butterfly Labyrinth doesn't shout, it simmers. It's a suspense piece with a heart, and a bruise, in which the lead is not just running and fighting, but feeling. At the center of the story is a secret agent caught in a web of treachery, a man forced to prove his innocence while grappling with a love that may be both anchor and undertow. This time, the focus is on the inner storm, not just the outward blaze. The promise is a subtler, deeper turn from Gökberk, a performance that pulls you into every choice he makes, with the camera lingering long enough to read everything that words leave unsaid. And yes, the company he keeps on this project is as glittering as you'd hope. Standing beside him is Cemre, whose screen presence is all spark and sincerity, the balance of steel and warmth that makes on-screen intimacy feel startlingly real. The wider cast is stacked with talent. Maria Donati, Andrea Duro, Felix Gomez, Noah Rollin, Michelle Calvo, Leander Vivi, Paco Tu, Marta Solaz, Victor Clavijo, Antonio Gil, and Jorge Saquet. Saquilla Studios is behind the production, with Alberto Ruiz Rojo and Inaki Penafai sharing directing duties, while Eduardo Galdo and Lele Portas steer as producers and Angela Oban and Daniel Corpus deliver the script. With that lineup, no one expects the series to stay quiet within Spain. The plan feels continental from the start. Those first photos offer more than fashion notes. In his black sweatshirt and sweatpants, Gökberk projects a sharp contemporary realism, a man of this moment, trapped in a maze built by secrets. There's an electric tension in the way he holds himself, a quiet alertness in his eyes. And when he's pictured with Cemre, there's a palpable closeness that looks dangerously like real life. It's the kind of easy warmth that makes viewers hope for more, both on screen and off. The reaction online? Instant tidal wave. Instagram comments stacking up in seconds, Twitter threads unspooling theories as fans try to decode every shadow in the frame. You can hear the chorus: "He looks incredible. This is going to explode." Even the behind-the-scenes snaps feel cinematic. Some are already betting on premiere windows, others are certain the Italian audience, the one that fell hard for Sandokan, will claim this new series as their next obsession. For those followers, the idea of Gökberk returning to Italian screens with Butterfly Labyrinth is a promise that feels personal. And then there's the noise that always surrounds the work: private life speculation. With Gökberk back on set for Butterfly Labyrinth, the rumor mill reignited whispers about his relationship with Cemre. Some posts push claims that the pair had cooled or even split, others swear that the tenderness in these set images is pure reality seeping through the frame. Through it all, Gökberk keeps his eyes on the job. He's always let the work talk louder than gossip, and if these photos prove anything, it's that his craft gets the priority. The concentration is visible, the preparation steady. You can almost feel the hours he's poured into understanding the characters' fractures. As for the story they're telling, this isn't a soft-focus romance. Butterfly Labyrinth mixes ache with adrenaline. Love is present, yes, but so is betrayal, and not the gentle kind. The hero we follow is wounded, blamed for what he didn't do, clawing his way toward the truth while grasping for a love that could save or ruin him. The script's psychological depth is already shining through in the way the images are composed, a suggestion of corridors and corners even when the shot is a simple close-up. Expect coded messages, shadows that refuse to stay put, and stolen moments that feel more dangerous than any car chase. The labyrinth is both a place and a state of mind. The butterfly? A reminder that transformation is beautiful and brutal, often at the same time. Comparisons to Sandokan are inevitable, and useful. Back then, Gökberk thrilled with the ferocity and spectacle of a costumed legend. Here, he's pared back, sinking into a contemporary soul who bleeds privately and rarely lets you see the wound until it stings. In Sandokan, the physical feats and sweeping adventure took center stage. In Butterfly Labyrinth, the emotional temperature runs hot beneath a cool surface. Both flavors are addictive, together they stretch his range, proving he can command both the roar and the whisper. From the set itself, the impressions feel hopeful and specific. The Spanish light has a role, it spills over narrow streets and modern interiors, catching on black fabric and the gleam of watchful eyes. There are frames where you can sense the crew's quiet hustle. Grips easing equipment into place, the sound of shoe rubber on polished floors, whispered counts before the clap. In the stills, Gökberk's posture speaks a language of readiness. In the candid shots, his exchanges with Cemre read like a shared shorthand, the kind co-stars develop when they trust each other. The vibe is focused but warm, urgent but unhurried. Fans are carrying the conversation like a torch. Posts, shares, duos, stitched reactions. The machinery of anticipation is in full spin, and it's efficient. Turkish viewers want to see how Gökberk channels a role that demands vulnerability. European audiences are marking calendars they don't yet have. The romance-suspense blend is what people can't stop circling back to, and the intimate energy between Gökberk and Cemre is fueling the fire. Even in single frames, you can read the magnetism. Body language detectives are having a field day, pointing out micro-expressions and tiny gestures, arguing that these are not rehearsed. The press has, of course, jumped in. After the photos hit, entertainment outlets ran analysis pieces within hours, dissecting both character hints and off-screen dynamics. Critics are already predicting that Butterfly Labyrinth won't just make noise in Spain, it will speak to international markets, especially those already primed by Sandokan's success. Gökberk's ability to toe the line between restraint and intensity is being called the project's secret engine. And if the rumors are true about a broad European release, with Italy in the mix, then the stage is set for another wave of visibility. For Gökberk, the stakes feel invigorating rather than heavy. This story, with its treachery and longing, lets him play across a fuller keyboard. There's room here for silence to work as hard as speech, for a single glance to carry a scene. Viewers who love the roar of Sandokan will find, in Butterfly Labyrinth, that the quiet can thunder just as loud. And with Cemre Arda on the other side of the frame, the emotional bandwidth doubles, the performances can rise to meet each other, neither outshouting the other, neither looking away. Beyond the artistry, there's the world building that these first images preview. The costuming tells of function over flair, of a character who blends into the present day rather than conquering it with a plume. Production design hints at spaces designed to misdirect as much as reveal. You sense a signature style from directors Alberto Ruiz Rojo and Inaki Penafai, a taste for grounded movement and frames that don't announce themselves but bloom slowly in retrospect. Producers Eduardo Galdo and Lele Portas are shaping a machine with international rhythm, while writers Angela Oban and Daniel Corpus weave a net of motivations that promises to be tight enough to hold but elastic enough to surprise. Meanwhile, the rumor talk keeps trying to pull attention sideways. Are Gökberk Yildirim and Cemre Arda together or apart? Did the distance of long prep phases create fractures? The set photos cut both ways. In some, their focus is clinical, all business. In others, the closeness feels unforced and unmistakable. Perhaps that's the point. The line between the work and life is blurry in a story that demands a kind of truth you can't fake. What matters is what ends up on screen, and that's where both of them seem to be pouring their energy. Professionalism has a look, and this is it. As the weeks push forward, expect more pieces of the puzzle to slip out. A still here, a shadowy teaser there. Fans will keep connecting dots, debating whether the agent's innocence will be believed, whether the lovers can survive the maze, and which betrayal will land the hardest. The truth is that Butterfly Labyrinth looks built to keep you leaning in, to make you wonder even about what you think you know. It's romance for people who don't trust easy answers, suspense for viewers who like to feel their heartbeat climb. For those asking when they can actually watch it, patience is a skill we're all trying to learn. What we do know is that plans are already in motion for a rollout that reaches beyond Spain, and yes, Italy is very much part of the conversation. If that path holds, Gökberk Yildirim's European chapter gets a powerful new paragraph, and Cemre Arda will be right there with him, center frame. So, what's next? More set days, deeper character work, and a growing choir of voices online waiting for trailers and dates. With Butterfly Labyrinth, Gökberk isn't just taking another job, he's writing a new passage in a career that keeps proving he can pivot without losing his core. The first images from production suggest a performer ready to hit that delicate balance between control and surrender, the exact space where unforgettable performances live. After the tempest and triumph of Sandokan, he's aiming to captivate in a new register, a high-intensity drama that breathes in the pauses and strikes in the silences. The waves he's already sent across social media and the entertainment press will only grow taller when the first footage arrives. Fans want to be stunned, and everything about these early looks says they will be. What do you think of Gökberk Yildirim's turn in Butterfly Labyrinth? Did the set photos change your expectations, or confirm what you already felt? Tell us below, we're reading everything. And if you never want to miss a beat from this production or any breaking headline in show business, subscribe to Secrets Behind the Stars and tap the bell so you're first in line when the next reveal drops. If you liked our deep dive, pass it on to the friends who live for this exact kind of buzz. Keep it here for more on Gökberk, Cemre, and every twist and turn of Butterfly Labyrinth. Happy New Year!